So, before we get to our introducing our guests are here for the stars of the show, the players, and again, there is a reason that they're above me. They are the stars of the show, and they always will be. Before we get started, I kind of want to just take a quick couple minutes to talk about Dune and why, like, this is an important campaign for me. So basically, when I was a kid, and I'm old, you may be able to kind of grasp that. When I was a kid, my dad and I didn't bond on a whole lot, but what we did bond on was sci-fi. He got me into Star Trek when I was a kid. We saw the original Star Wars, the movie theater, because that's how old I am. And when the movie Dune came out, he wanted to go check it out. So I'm like, all right, well, I watched Siskel and Ebert, which you don't know what those are, but they were movie reviewers who had a TV show a long, long time ago, and they didn't like it. And what I saw from the movie, I didn't like it either. And it was just kind of like it was the religious Messiah come to blah blah blah. Like, oh my god, not my kind of movie. Anyway, but a few things we bonded on. So I went with my dad to the movie to see Dune. And as you walk in the movie theater, they gave you a sheet of paper, had something on both sides. It was an abridged version of the Dictionary of the Imperium, as you see in the end of the Dune novel. Basically, because it was that complex, and it was already like a 2 hour plus movie, so they kind of had to jam a lot in there and give it. Anyway, so we saw it, and I loved it. And even though a lot of people don't like David Lynch's Dune, I really did. And I got into the books and everything else. And I'm a role player, as you might notice. And there wasn't a Dune game. And then suddenly announced at Gen Con one year, many years ago, Dune being released by Last Unicorn Games, who had put out a Star Trek game, several books of it, in fact. And I bought up a copy, and it sucked. It sucked so hard. And then they went bankrupt. They literally went bankrupt right after releasing it, and there were no errata, there were no follow-ups, there were nothing to make all the sucky things about it better. And it died. Years later, as I will get into when I talk about Steve, I actually did a homebrew of Cortex Plus Firefly into a Dune. I played a year-long campaign of that. But I'd been dying for a Dune game my whole adult life, as we have learned from my monologue here. And finally it's here, and it doesn't suck. And there are a lot of awesome things I like about the 2D10 thing. There's a bunch of stuff I don't quite get yet that we're all fighting for. The conflict system. Anybody watching knows exactly what I'm talking about. But we're going to get it. It's going to make sense. I've been doing my research. It's going to be fine. Not to worry. So with that said, I've been waiting for this game my whole adult life, and here is my first campaign in this game. So it's quite important to me, and we got some awesome players here to help play out the campaign. And I thank my lucky star every day that I run into cool role players who actually want to play games with me. And these are four of them.